Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
We got to tell you, sponsored by R&B Roll-Off. So again, get a chance to go to the website. Small roll-off company here in Powder Springs that's trying to do big things for you. So when you got your trash removal, even commercial removal, please make sure you call my man Floyd. If you want to know his number, please go to my website. Want to make sure you travel through and see all of the things we got. More sponsors, more things coming. But again, R&B Roll-Off is the person for you.
Absolutely.
And I got to ask my man, Craftmatic, in the building. How you doing, big dog?
Man, I'm fantastic. Full of joy.
Fantastic.
You know? Yeah, man. Life is just moving in the right direction, bro. We've been talking about it for the last few weeks.
I see you got some goodness, bro.
I done pushed all the roadblocks behind me. Man, the sky's the limit.
I mean, the way you smiling, is it because of the guest? I'm just wondering.
I mean, partly.
You kind of glowing.
Partly. We got some beautiful people.
I'm just trying to say, Crab. I mean, you smiling kind of hard today.
Yeah, that's what I do when beautiful people are around.
I ain't mad at him. You ain't smiling like that when it's just me and him.
So welcome, folks, to Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
That's me, baby.
And we are here to do what we do best, is inspire through dialogue. We hope that this is an opportunity for you to, I don't know, wake up a little bit in your own mind, wake up in your own life. There are some opportunity areas in all of our lives, and this is the type of show that may help you open some of those doors and reach and grab and experience that whole opportunity. It used to be an opportunity, but I conquered, and it is now mine, right? I got a theme for tonight that I want to talk about. The theme is simply, it's time for the come up. Right? I don't know anybody who wants to live and wouldn't identify with that comment. Right? It's time for the come up. And the come up is just moving to the next level in your life, whatever that happens to be. That could be prosperity, that could be greater love, that could be greater friendship, that could be greater self-confidence, moving toward greater wisdom, whatever that is for you. It's time to go to the next level. See, if you aren't growing, if you aren't moving forward, then you're moving backwards, right? Because see, life and the universe is moving at 100 miles an hour.
Right.
And if you're moving at 95 miles per hour, you're missing the mark, right? You got to move at 101 to 1001 in order to become something in this life, right? Survival will always keep you mediocre, but when you reach for something, that's when you experience, real success. I'm talking about extraordinary success. And every person listening to the sound of my voice is capable of extraordinary success.
Okay.
Right? So I'm not going to belabor the point, but we want to talk about the come up tonight. Okay? I might even do a prayer over that in a little bit. You want to start us out tonight, Jay?
I'm gonna let you go with the prayer, but I'm gonna let you go with this since you want to take off. You make me feel like this is an airplane. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let some of y'all know sometimes you gotta let some baggage go.
There you go.
To reach the altitude of what you're trying to achieve.
There you go.
So one of the things that I want to make sure you understand what Kraft is telling you. Sometimes you got to look ahead and let some things go. Y'all hold on to a lot of baggage that was meant for you to learn, not hold on to.
Yeah.
Let that go and grow. And I like to say we will live a happier life. Thanks to my man Kraft.
There you go.
Shaking you up. Oh, but I heard your prayer earlier.
Yeah.
And that was our private prayer because I want y'all to know we spiritual up in here. But you got to get one for them because that's a lot of people hurting. Because when you say take off, it's a lot of people on that ground watching everybody.
Yeah.
They need to be prayed over because, see, they rooting and they ain't doing.
Yeah. Okay, then let's just take a moment for the Heavenly Father. Say, Lord, we do thank you for this time, this night, and we ask that you would be here with us. We ask that you would be an inspiration to all of us, even those who are on the mic, those of us who listen to this program from afar, near, in due time. Father, we ask that you would open their minds to greater good in this life. We ask that you would open their lives for the come up, Lord. We want you to inspire our lives for the come up. Give us lessons of whatever wisdom we might need. Give us whatever strength in our actions we might need. Give us whatever lessons we might need. Give us whatever gifts of the Spirit that we might need in order to conquer this life, Lord. And so we just thank you for being here with us tonight. We thank you for an absolutely extraordinary program tonight. And we give all these blessings to your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Woo!
Man,
Philly,
listen,
selection plate.
I wasn't even near done, man. I was just getting, I hadn't even gotten started up.
I was just about to say,
Okay.
I thought I was
get fired up sometimes. Y'all have to excuse me.
I was just about to start sweating, start getting my little fan out. Go, Graf!
Yeah.
Go!
I like hope that spirit gonna move somebody. You know, somebody gonna hear that and it's gonna move their spirit to the next level. So let's do a quick recap of last week's show. And it was a very interesting show. So here we go. Your spouse invites you to go for a ride.
Yeah.
And you agree without asking where you're going to.
Didn't say nothing.
And they take you to the Maury show.
Woo!
What's your next move?
Get out the car. I'm running. I'm just trying to tell you. I mean, nowadays it's a lot different. But if y'all would have watched the show, you know, I came with two different responses because, again, in one part of my life, I feel like you was letting out my closet, my skeletons.
Right.
Okay. But Maury mainly bring out all the kids. Everybody know about them. So,
Right.
But for all the other stuff that was not let loose, yeah, it's a fear factor plus trust.
Mm-hmm.
You brought me here to bust me out. Now, bring me.
Right.
I like all the publicity I can get. Come on, take me. Just understand it ain't gonna go down like you think it is.
Yeah. So we had every response from people will get out of the car as soon as they pull up there, they get out and just walk away. I myself want to go in on the stage, in the lights. I want to hear what this argument is all about. I want to hear how the people are going to treat me. I want to hear how what lies are told. I want the whole story to come out right there on the show. And then after it, I'm probably going to be done with everybody and go on with my life. And, you know, sometimes we need to walk away from things that are no longer good for us. And if it takes a Maury show to get you to wake up, maybe some of you need to get in that car and ride down to the set. Because there are a lot of people living fallacies and lies and non-truths and not even being honest with yourself, you know. And, you know, the person who takes you to the Maury Povich show, they've probably been dealing with a lot of nonsense for a long time. They probably have, you know, they're probably just straight fed up with it, that they think they have nothing else to lose, you know. If I take, you know, my husband who's been cheating on me to the Maury show, I'm probably not going to expect to be with him at the end of that show. So that's just a last dance, if you ask me. It was a powerful show, and I would encourage you all to watch it. We are everywhere on the internet. If you go to bartalkwithjay.com, you'll see all of our shows there. We're on
Instagram, Twitter,
YouTube.
Black Planet, POS.
Stop it.
Well, I mean, everything that you want to look for, we on.
I guarantee.
Back page got shut down. Don't go there. I wouldn't recommend that one, but I'm just saying, everywhere else, you can find us. But if you cannot, go to bartalkwithjay.com. Everything is on it. All our shows from YouTube.
I love the YouTube formats. Go to YouTube, type Bar Talk with Jay, and you'll see 50, 60 shows there. Great programming, again, just to uplift the dynamics of people's minds and hearts. So
don't forget Black Planet. I don't know if y'all still on it. That's for them OGs.
Listen, you might find Bar Talk with Jay, but you'll most certainly find Jeremiah Holbrook.
I had a special account, you know.
So,
you starting to snitch.
Yeah. So let's get on to our quote for the night. We're moving quite well. It's my special time of the night, 7-11.
That's my man. That's my man.
We did a quote last week, and so I won't belabor that quote, but this is just a moment of dialogue about moving to the next level. That's what I started the show talking about, right? Moving to the next level. And so what I want you folks to understand, and I won't probably do its full due diligence during this dialogue, but your thoughts create your reality. The way that you think manifests into your reality. And anything that happens to be wrong with you, whether you be afraid of the world or fearful, or you don't have enough education, you might not have enough money, you might not have enough, whatever it takes to get done what you want to get done, that you have the power to overcome it through the power of your mind. And it's simply about changing your thought processes, right? And sometimes it's hard to change our thought processes. It's like, you know, turning a screw and we just don't know when it's going to tighten down. We don't know when it's going to become manifest. So how long do we continue to tighten the screw? Here's one of the ways you tighten the screw in the realm of thoughts and consciousness. Imagine yourself being the best. Imagine yourself doing the best. I'm talking about projecting yourself onto the screen of tomorrow and seeing yourself with the degree, seeing yourself with the job, seeing yourself with the money in the bank account, seeing yourself overachieving what your haters might expect you to achieve. You see, you use the power of the mind to overcome the enemy and to get greater life. But if you don't entertain great life is not going to come unto you. Life doesn't happen through osmosis. It happens through intentional thought and the consciousness of your mind. And so the thoughts go in, and then they turn into your attitude. And then your attitude strengthens and it turns into your behavior. And then your behavior strengthens and it turns into your belief and behavior, and it starts to move you in the direction of your own consciousness. And Christ knew this, and we're not going to talk too deeply about that, but he knew that when one gathers a right thought, the right thought would manifest right living. And so imagine yourself winning the race. That's what I'm encouraging you to do tonight. If you take 5 or 10 minutes every single day and just project your thoughts on the screen of tomorrow, you'll find that your life will start mirroring the thoughts you had yesterday. And no one can tell you how this power works. You have to test it. You have to try it. You have to engulf yourself into the presence of it and then watch how it unfolds. It'll show it to you quickly. I used to teach my clients when they wanted to manifest a parking space, just before they pull out of their driveway, they say to themselves, okay, when I get to the mall, no, I don't care if it's Christmas Eve, how crowded it is, I'm going to get the perfect parking space. I'm just going to say it to myself for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to let it go. And when you pull up to the shop, 100% of the time, the perfect parking space will be sitting right there waiting for you. But people haven't learned to use the consciousness of their mind, and so they're sometimes afraid of these ideas. Simply imagine yourself being the best, and I assure you the best shall come unto you.
Man, now with that one right there, I'm going to tell you, Kraft, you put me in the mindset of what I was talking to people earlier about. Don't let your situation overwhelm your mind.
Yeah.
Take your mind and find something outside of it. And that way you will find your way out. Because a lot of times circumstances drive you crazy.
Yes.
And I deal with that all the time.
Yes. Listen, and the circumstances are nothing but pictures.
That's right.
Right? They're not real. Oftentimes they're not real.
My bills
right?
is real, bro.
Yeah.
They keep coming.
But the bills,
them bills, they be all in front of me. I be like, all right, that one ain't gonna get paid today.
Listen, if I could let you see through the scope of some new technology, you'll see that they're nothing but mental anomalies. And they're not real until you make them real.
No, I made them real when I signed that paper saying I was gonna pay. And now I don't want to pay.
Yeah, you're just not allowing the life to come forth. That's all that is.
I'm just not allowing my wallet to open up. I be wanting to hold on to my greenbacks.
Right?
This ain't it.
All right. Listen, why don't you introduce us to the topic for
Man, I don't know, man. You've been doing such a great job. I think you might, because this Henpecked thing, I don't do it no justice, bro, because it don't fit my feet.
Okay.
Don't fit my voice.
So, let me attempt to share with you folks tonight's topic.
Bear with us.
Very interesting topic because it's kind of a topic under the surface of life. Oftentimes we don't see it, and if you've seen it, then you know what it is. But we're talking about henpecked, being henpecked, right? There are a lot of men in America who are henpecked. That means they do what their wives tell them to do. And that's kind of how the home stays happy. And if they do what the wife tells them to do, it's a happy home, right?
Happy wife, happy
and
life.
If he doesn't get the to-do list done, he gets no cookie for the evening.
No cookie.
He gets put under punishment, right? He has chores to do, and he has to take care of those chores, to include coming straight home from work, and to include not spending any money in the house.
Nothing.
If you do, you better tell me. And so there are a lot of women who have just taken over their households, and men are susceptible to these types of attitudes.
Really?
And so we want to talk about it. So let me share the topic. Let me express it. And I think we're all going to be growing from this discussion tonight.
I hope so.
It reads, what are the causes and effects of being henpecked? What can we do to their mind frame, so to speak? What can we do to their mind frame? That's a tough one. We're gonna have to spend some love and time around that.
First of all, how did you allow that to happen?
How did you allow that to happen? That's what we're talking about here. How do you let somebody control you? And I think what we're going to spend a lot of time is talking about how how nagging gets in the way. Nagging and fussing and always got something to say and popping off at the mouth. That shit, I'm sorry. Just don't
I
work.
got you, bro. I got you.
And just don't listen. I'm not just talking about for women. I'm talking about for men too. You know, I'm talking about for both parties. This is always an equal conversation, folks. This is never about just the man side. We honor the women's side as well. In fact, I consider myself an advocate for protecting women's hearts and minds. You know, but there are a lot of relationships that are run by henpecked. In a henpecked relationship, they do what their spouse says, and they don't get much freedom. And we had one of our we've got a guest here tonight, Crystal. She's going to come in and
she got to help us out
talk
on
with
this
us.
one.
Yeah, because she, you know, her words are very clear. I like to hear the way she thinks, and I just met her.
Oh, look.
Yeah, come on in, Miss Chris. Come on in.
I mean, she come in right at break time.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Just introduce myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on in. Come on in. How are you tonight?
I'm good, and you?
All right,
Doing good.
talking to the mic, girl.
Thank
Just
you for having me.
get it
Thank
off.
you for having me.
There you
Thank you.
go.
Yes, you are very
Thank you.
welcome. And boy, I tell you what, things are happening around here. Ain't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a delight to have you in
It's
this
a delight,
studio.
but you had a handpicked man before?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Okay.
Alright.
And that probably wouldn't work for you, huh?
Well, yes, it would.
We got a boss in the house.
Yeah,
Now
you got-
listen, the more and more women in the world think they are bosses.
hold on.
They are the listen, we ain't gonna even talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
yeah.
tell. I'm finna go in.
But you single, right?
No, this show
I
is
am.
Okay, that's why.
Do you
Was it
agree
you?
that it's different levels of being henpecked?
We do. Listen, hold that thought. Hold that thought. We gonna.
She trying to start some stuff,
The
man.
second half of the show is always better than the first half of the show, and that's where we going in the paint. So y'all folks, just hold on. We gotta take a break. We are right on time.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
man.
And so as you can see, we're out to inspire, but we got an interesting topic to discuss
We was
tonight.
about to have some
And,
fun with that
I think a lot of America is hurting because of this subject, and we aim to not necessarily fix it, but get enough dialogue about it so people can make some better decisions for themselves. There's a lot of people being dogged out, man. That ain't cool. So y'all hang out. We'll be right back. So I hope you folks enjoyed the first segment, and we are back now for segment number 2, where we bring in our guest tonight. And Jay, you want to bring him in?
All right. We got the person that look like him, but it's not him. My man, Jamal. Jamal, you there? Couldn't get him? What?
All right, we got Jamal MIA, but it don't mean nothing.
What?
Because we got a guest here in the house, and we got another guest coming on, Miss AP. Everybody knows Miss AP. So let's spend some time with Miss Crystal right here on the
Yeah,
subject.
we gotta get her a little small point of view.
tell
Don't be
me-
looking like that.
Yeah,
That's
tell
what
me-
happened when you asked to be a guest.
Yeah.
Aha.
So
Thank you.
Yeah, tell us about a little bit about you, and then tell us about how you feel about the subject, henpecked men.
A little bit about me. I am who I am. It's nothing that I can really break into detail. You'll be here for days.
Yeah.
So it's nothing I can just sum up
Okay.
into a word or two.
Okay.
So you
But,
you got warrants.
uh,
You got warrants, because if you do, there's a cop right across the street. I want to run now. No, it's my with Jay. We don't do
No,
that.
she didn't say no name, so she good.
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so henpecked.
Go ahead.
Is that the word for
That is the word.
Okay, that's the word. First of all, I didn't quite know what henpecked meant at
There you
first, you know, and what I had to do was look it up and kind of see what the definition of it was, and then put it into, you know, my own personal. Okay, now I see.
Right.
Mhm.
I have a different opinion of henpecked because I think that sometimes if a man is growing up with a strong woman, then he's going to need a strong woman in order to balance him personally.
Okay.
So therefore, a lame, or I'm not going to say lame, but a man that didn't grow up with a strong woman, you know what I mean, may look at his choice of a woman as henpecked. You know what I mean? A henpecked situation. But I think that it depends on who raised the man.
Okay.
Now,
I like
you
that.
hold that because see, we're gonna save that for part 2.
That's very
Because
good.
that is an analogy that I had a problem with.
Yeah.
That I didn't have a full, because I thought about the other way. Just listen, because there is some strong women that can put a man in a better position. But before we go further, I got my man that look like him, but it's not him. That's that man Jamal on the line. Jamal,
What's happening?
there you go.
What's happening?
It's all you play.
What's happening?
Man, just another day, another dollar, man, another smile to put on the face.
Oh, woo, who you trying to put a smile on there, Jamal?
This might be a strong woman.
Oh, so you trying to get Henpecked?
Man, what's poppin'? Let's get into it.
Let's do it, man. What you got?
What you got, man?
So I hear that there's a bunch of cornballs out there that still ain't learning. Dude, don't let your woman run over you. They don't respect you. We don't respect you. All the man code in you it disappeared. We got no love for that.
We got no love.
Gotta learn to have a backbone.
Right. And how do you learn that?
Yeah, but you got to teach them how, man. You said give them a backbone.
I mean,
everybody don't know how to put a
You
brace
don't,
on.
you don't just grow a
All right,
backbone,
some people are born with it.
right?
Other people gotta get fed up.
And knocked down.
When you get to the point of fed up as a man, I'm fed up of being broke. I'm fed up of being by myself. I'm fed up of going through the same thing over and over. That's when you begin to make changes.
Okay.
Until you get fed up of the same old, you're gonna keep taking the same old. You understand?
Okay.
So
I think
you
that
don't
is.
get tired of her talking down to you. She's not gonna stop talking down to you. Why would she stop being the man when you're not man enough to be it?
Low.
Oh. Man, I'm telling you, you know what, man? I'm telling you, I'm defending cornballs a little bit, man, because being a man ain't something you
Be
just.
careful.
It ain't being a man ain't something that just happens.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the gap, those people who didn't get what I got, who didn't get what you got,
Right.
they in the fell clutches of circumstance. They don't know who the hell they are and how to be a man. They're playing old tapes. They're playing old tapes. They've been exposed to no new tapes. They've been exposed to no new knowledge. They've been exposed to no new role models. And you can't just throw those people away.
No.
You know what I mean? Those people have never been fed.
So let me kick it like this then.
Beat them.
I want to accept that, but my inner Negro won't let me. It's not an excuse.
Right.
Because if I go to a woman and say, yo, I ain't never been in a real relationship, that doesn't mean that she's supposed to expect less of me because
Is
I'm
it the
ignorant.
truth? That's right. Women want the truth.
Let me
Ooh.
They need the truth.
I can't step
they
to
do
a
need the
woman-
truth,
The
but
truth is
I can't step to a woman's shortcoming and go, oh, well, I didn't know no better, so just accept this for now. That ain't gonna work, and I'm damn gonna not gonna.
Did you know better?
yeah, but she still may not have known. You know, she can't be blamed for not knowing.
She
Not
trying to call
knowing.
you out.
Exactly.
Can she listen? That's a good question. Can she be blamed for not knowing?
No.
Can the cornball be blamed a cornball and completely get his whole soul thrown into the bottom of the sea because he did not know? And you ain't trying to take no time to tell it.
Well, from the Bible, it said Jonah went to the well.
Now, see, man, I don't like throwing people away.
To address all four balls.
Okay. What you got? Tell us, Jamal. What you got?
Alright, listen. No, you're not gonna know everything on top. You gotta be taught this. Life is gonna give you the worst and best lessons of all.
Yes.
However, you have to take the time to pay attention. Now, there's some dudes, you know, when it's time to go out with the boys, you know, hey, bro, we finna go to the bar. All right, whatever. And then you got some other dudes, you're like, hey, man, I gotta check in with my girl right quick to see. Right there, I lost respect for you. If your girl call you, she should lose all respect for you. Because it's like you can't make up a mind of your own. All right, example. If a woman takes 30 times to make up her decision of what she wants to eat, she needs a man that's going to take the lead. But
Right.
if she can't depend on you to take the lead, then you are not her man. You are her associate. You are her counterpart. You
Yes.
are not the man that leads her. You follow.
Yeah, and but you know, I'm of the proponent. Like, baby, you got to make up your own damn mind.
That
what you want.
counts.
And you know, I'm not going to accept anything less. I'm not going to be making your food decisions every day.
Knowing your place, you
Right.
know, when you meet somebody, you know her strengths, your weaknesses, vice versa. You fill in that void. If
That's
this is
what
your
it's all
baby,
about.
if this is your baby, okay, then her weakness is not knowing what she gonna eat.
That's it.
Then
That's
you
it.
know what I mean. But it goes both ways.
That's the love I'm
You know,
talking
it's
about.
like-
Hold on. I like
That's
that she
the
just
love I'm
said.
talking
Let me
about.
jump in and help you with that. If she has a problem because she has a certain food that she eat, you should know it. Listen, observe. She might not be able to eat spicy foods. You
Okay.
should know that.
Okay.
All you got to do is pay more attention, and that's how you get more romantic. Because again,
Yeah.
it's not about pointing on; it's about understanding what she can and she can't.
Right.
And so if she has a hard time because of the fact it got stuff in it that she can't eat, point it out to her. Well, this might have something that you. At this point, we're working together, and that we're gonna stay together.
And that
But again, as long as I just say
bounces
shut up and I'm gonna choose, believe me, it's called disrespect, and you will lose. I'm helping you out.
What's
That's
the
all.
name of the show?
What'd you say? What you got, Jamal? What you got?
Before I go, what's the name of the show?
Bar Talk with Jay, my brother.
Alright, so since it's Bar Talk with Jay, I know I got about a few shots in me. So let me break it down for the real grown folks, alright?
All right.
Women is cornballs too if they don't take the time to learn it.
Right.
Women, if you don't take the time to learn what your man likes and doesn't like, don't be mad when you go get what he likes from somebody else.
Woo.
If you're not willing to learn the things that satisfies him, the same way he needs to learn the things that requires manhood to be received, don't be mad when the next female step in and do the lady part that you ain't doing.
That's
Like
right.
being willing to learn some new breathing techniques.
Right. Okay. Okay. I understand that.
It's getting
I
hot
just,
in here.
I don't like that. I don't like that hard approach to anything. You know what
I'm just saying,
It's
it's supposed to be henpecked. It's like sex talk.
Right.
That's what it.
Like you should
that's
be
what it
able
comes
to
down
talk
to
your partner and
sometimes.
say, "Oh, baby, I like it when you do that. I don't like it when you do this." And if I can't
Right.
have that conversation with you,
Right.
all right, don't worry. I got something for that. I'm gonna go talk to Brittany about this.
Ooh.
I ain't got no Brittany. I
He
ain't got no
said,
Brittany.
did he say
See,
Brittany?
you
See,
doing that?
He didn't say
Listen,
Becky. He said
listen,
Brittany.
Listen, I know this is a radio show, but you really can't say that, bruh. That's like some internal men stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to bring those attitudes to the forefront of things, bruh. You can't get anywhere in life and in politics thinking that way and bringing that message in front of the world. Like, that's just not, I just don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like grown women, grown people, I don't know if they feel that.
That's true. No, that's absolutely
That's a
true.
young mindset.
No,
You know?
no.
And not that's bad. That's not a bad thing.
Uh-oh. We got AP in the background.
Okay.
Crystal, AP, time to switch up.
Uh-oh.
It's time to get AP.
Absolutely not.
All right, y'all. Before we let Jamal go, before we go to break, we got to give AP's back in the building as always. We got to make sure we give our applause for my girl, AP.
Come
Yeah.
on in, AP.
Oh, look at her. She got a little
What's up?
round.
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
That's what I'm
doing
talking
good.
about. That's my AP in the building. AP, you got to offset this real quick. What you feel about this?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm in total agreement with. What's your name?
Crystal.
With Crystal. There's no excuse for that. There's no, and I'm in complete agreement with Jamal.
Right.
Is that
There we go.
it's
Hey, you know,
true. It's true. And it goes back to 2 shows ago when we talked about staying with somebody and you're not happy. If I can't have a conversation with you and tell you, yo, that technique might have worked with old girl before me,
Right.
I don't like to be licked like that. Like, that annoys me. Don't
Right.
do that.
Right. I wonder what that
Okay?
could be. Yeah.
Right. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I like to be like this.
Yeah.
If I can't have that conversation with you,
Yeah.
then you just knocked yourself down and you on the bench, dude.
I see you different.
You on the bench. I see you differently because if I can't, if we are partners, if we are in this relationship together, I should be able to come to you as my dude and be like, I
Absolutely.
understand that you're doing that because you think that
Absolutely.
brings me pleasure. I don't want you doing that in vain because I enjoy that immensely.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you side eyes right now because when you go down there and you do that, you ain't
It
doing
ain't right.
It ain't right.
Listen, I love a woman's perspective.
Like, I'm not gonna be with somebody for 25 years and you ain't doing it right.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
And
All
then
right.
you can't even take it when I try
Hold
to
on,
tell
hold
you
on.
you ain't
Right.
right.
It's
I
more
need
to
you
it than
to
this.
address the
I
floor
need
Go ahead.
right now.
Go.
Looking.
Jamal, what you got?
Please don't hurt my feelings.
Jamal, what you got?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you.
all
right,
I'm gonna
hey,
tell
B.
you respectfully.
Hold on,
Jamal.
folks. We got a worldwide audience. We got to speak one at a time, okay?
What you got? What you got, Jamal?
Hey, big game, sweetheart. I think you need to talk to a cornball right now. I address them constantly. But what they not comprehending, no, seriously though, but what they're not comprehending is if I can't communicate with my woman, then not only is she not physically interested, but mentally I am of no value.
Right.
See, it's not always financial that brings a woman.
Absolutely
But if you
not.
can't bring the deep where the D is needed, if you can't give her the verbal communication, it's about how you pay attention to a woman. And if you're not paying attention to her needs and what satisfies her, then you're of no value to anything else in her life.
Absolutely.
You're a distraction.
Absolutely. And as my man, if you don't value, and as my man, if you gonna call yourself my man,
Yeah.
you gonna value what makes me feel good.
Right.
So if I
Absolutely.
can't have that conversation with you, you said, well, nah, I want to have that conversation. And what you told me is that how I feel doesn't mean anything to you.
That's right. That's exactly what that says. That's exactly what that says.
Woo! Now,
That's beautiful.
You
Now,
gotta
I
go.
don't need to go
Hey,
to
listen.
school with all the fellas to learn, hey, bro, that ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna work. It don't take but 2 good breakups and a couple of 3 bad exes before you go, I probably should give up on doing it like that.
Right. Right. Listen, I'm of the notion that
I did not know.
I love sound instruction, and when I receive sound instruction, I take heed. You know what I'm saying, on all kinds of things in life. You know, so you don't have to worry about talking to me ever. Speak your mind, and I will understand. That's how I roll.
Move to
So-
the left, move to the
Yeah,
right.
listen. Why don't we let Jamal close us out? Any parting words for us, Jamal?
Alright, man. Cornballs, I gave y'all all the hope that y'all can get for today. If y'all ain't figured it out, I'm sorry. But to my grown men out there, I
Okay.
want to salute you because you're taking the time to listen. Fellas, I promise you, if you want to know how to find that flower, to find that garden, let me give you a tip. Listen and repeat what she said. That's it. You don't got to understand it. You don't even really have to be comprehending. But you just need to have the ability to say, yes, babe. Really? Oh, man. You give about 3 or 4 good one of those in a conversation, she really think you care.
She does.
That's good. That's really good, my friend. Now that's the kind of that's the kind of wisdom I'm talking about right there. That's sound communication
How was
skills.
the day, hey, B, how was your day, sweetheart? It was good?
Yeah, it was good.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
No, she did.
Yeah.
Man,
That
I
does
can't
work with
believe
most
that.
chicks. It
I'm
would
gonna
not
see you
work
later,
with me, but
baby.
it does work with
That's
most
right.
I got you on that back, bro.
Yeah.
And
That's
now we
right.
good for the night. You know what's up.
That's
I
right.
will be honest, I've done that to my female friends.
Yeah, yeah. And as long as you can keep that up for a lifetime, you'll be all right. You know? Hey, you will have made the grade. Hey, when death
Technical file.
you will have made the grade once somebody passes. That's the measuring stick for that. So listen, folks, we got to take another break. As you can see, this show is everything in the world. I love what we do. Thank you, folks, for being here with us tonight. It just makes the whole show just that much better, just that much more better. We'll be right back. Like, you have shocked me like half a dozen times.
She ain't shot me. I'm
She
sitting
shocked
right
me.
there.
I was
I was
like, damn.
I was like,
Damn.
that's mini thug. That's thug
okay,
life right
that's
there.
real.
No, it's just a lot of things, again, just need to be said.
Yeah.
You know, it's people spend their lives tiptoeing around subjects, tiptoeing around issues, sugarcoating things, or trying to be PC. And in your effort to be PC, the person who you're trying to communicate with is totally not getting what you're trying to say. And so it's like, no, just cut the BS. Like, no, don't do that like that. I don't like that.
Get straight to the point.
Get straight to the point.
All right.
Here's a video. I found it for you. Watch that. Right, how she does that to her, that's how I need for you to do that.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, now
I got a
it's
question
time for
for you
you.
later on.
We gotta get Jeffrey. We got it. My man, how was your day? Jeffrey, let us know.
Brother Jay, how's it going, sir?
Man, it's been going good, man. It's been going good. But everybody want to know how was your day. Because at work, when your day ain't good, we all feel it. So, Jeffrey, how was your day at work?
You know, it wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a bad day today. Brother Crab, how was your day, brother?
Man, it was a fabulous day. I've been resting, man, waiting to hear your story for tonight. What you got for us, man?
Okay. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the lovely lady out here in the background.
Oh, yeah.
She sounds so sweet and everything. I bet she looks like you sound, but
Hey, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir. And away we go.
it is time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single male as to why you might be single. But before we get to that, here is my disclaimer. See, now, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you, and if it doesn't apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe.
Okay.
But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them because you're about to learn something tonight. Now, ladies, you go first. Now, ladies, some of y'all are single because now you ready. When I was shooting my shot at you, when I was really coming hard at you, when I really wanted to be with you, you were busy hanging out with your girls, or you were busy planning your next trip, or you were too busy changing your own damn oil to spend time with a brother like me.
Right.
You said I was a little too nice, or I just see you as a friend, or I see you as a brother and all that stuff, and after you've been out there in the streets, and you discovered that all those players that you were trying to holler at make you no good, now you're ready.
Yeah.
How about this? Hell nah. Because the woman that recognized me for my grind, the women that recognize that nice men don't always finish last, they just have to have a nice woman that's compatible with him and his style of doing things.
Right.
Nice men, good guys are the ones that have longevity.
Yes.
I want you to understand, every bad boy at some point lets that stuff go, let that bad side go. Look at Malcolm X as an example.
Yeah.
Kept player, but he let all that stuff go, and he became that good man. But you missed out on that good man because you wanted that bad boy. And that bad boy took that. And he left your ass single.
In the bushes. Swimming in the bushes, trying to get out. I've come across that situation a couple of times.
Yeah.
They just wasn't ready, And one in particular had just got out of a long-term relationship, and I think we could have made things happen. We could have built buildings and everything. She just wasn't ready. Just wasn't that time. I have heard from her since.
She came back, bro.
Not quite, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really open that door because I was busy, you know what I mean?
So you did the reverse.
It didn't work out, in other words.
Okay.
That
So
program
you really
didn't work
didn't
out.
like her.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, so would have rather her enter into a relationship when she wasn't ready and have a piece on the side while she was dealing with you? Or would you have rather her respect the fact that she was grown enough to be like, I ain't ready?
Now, see, you because you're looking at me, so I'm going to answer that. Hey, P got that sexy look like, well, how you think about that, Jay? Jay ain't got a problem with it. I like the fact that she spoke her mind early on,
Right.
because my whole thing is I shouldn't have to have a side piece if you're going to be the main piece. If you're going to be a person that's going to be a part of me, then you need to tell me exactly what it is. If you're not ready, I can respect that, because I wasn't always either. Like right now, I don't feel like I'm ready for a lot of different things. But when it comes to business, I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded. But when it comes to
Brother Jay.
oh yes,
Brother Jay. I don't mean to interrupt, but
It sound like it. It sound like you mean to.
Because she brings up an interesting point. Should you be mad at her for telling you that she wasn't ready at that time? No, you should not be. You should respect her and leave her alone.
Right.
But don't think 3 years down the line you can come back and pick up where you left off. That's what I'm talking about. Now you ready. Hell no. Don't conflict the issues here. Yes, you should be up front, just like men should be up front. But 3 years later, don't come thinking that I'm a part of your strategic plan.
Right.
This and year 1 and this and year 2 and 3, year 3, I'm in it for Jeffrey. Hell no. That's your ass this thing. I just want to clarify
Now,
that.
you gave a great
And
clarity.
I think that's perfect outro.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and knock the fellas down,
Go
man?
ahead. Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna even jump back on that one.
Go ahead.
Well, all right, fellas. Don't think I'm letting you off the hook, fellas. You are next. Fellas, some of you are single because you sitting back waiting on the woman to come to you. I need you to understand something, fellas. When women have our will, we have to go find that will to be complete. Everything about the woman, everything the way she is designed is for us to go and get her. Understand something, that she carries the fertile soil to carry our seed. I need you to feel me here now. And when we deposit our seed, the egg doesn't come to us, the egg swims to the seed.
Right.
And what we have to do is quit playing around, sitting back, taking, just, having our pick of the litter, and we have to go get the woman that's designed for us, because they've been doing too much work right now. They've been putting too much elbow grease into upholding and sustaining our community. They sick of waiting on us. When we show some initiative, when we put the backbone in our effort, when we show the women that we are about business and we go get her, she can't help but be God. She can't help but be God.
Yeah,
because
man.
she sees a man that's consistent and he's burning with desire to provide for her emotionally, physically, and spiritually through the right type of partnership. And I'm going to say this last thing just to explain why some men single. Yeah, women gonna holler at you all day. Yes, there is a slight difference between the number of available men and available women in the city of Atlanta especially. Don't use it as an excuse. Go get what you want, because the one thing women love more than anything else is a man with the confidence to go get what he wants, to show that he is worthy of it, and to own and sustain that type of treatment even after he has that gift.
Yes.
Failure to do that will ultimately leave your ass with a bunch of women that ain't really good for you, hanging around, but you're still single.
Woo! I'm not so sure anybody need to say anything else on that subject.
I mean,
I tell you what, one of the great, I heard a fella the other day call it, in order to talk to women, you got to kind of have a skill set. You got to have a way to go and talk to them. And I got to thinking like, man, is that a brick wall to go talk to a woman? No, it's not. It's not to me. But there are a lot of men who be on the walls not talking to women, right? You go into any club spot, they go separate, they don't talk. You got to go get them, man.
Speak with confidence.
Yeah.
A lot of times you hear somebody giving you the Mac Daddy line, that's their line. Every line don't work with everybody. Like she said, you might have learned that with the wrong person. That don't work. So quit hearing what they say and go to the inner.
Right.
If you're more confident on talking about things that most people don't know about, guess what? It still might strike your interest.
Right.
Because at least got knowledge about something.
Right.
Because you look dorky as a mug.
Right.
So at that point, you already look kind of goofy, right?
Right.
Confidence overwhelms looks. So it's like, okay, he might look this way, but he talks like he might know something. So it grabs interest.
Right.
But no, you want to talk like your boy, because your boy keep getting girls,
right.
but he looks a good way. Well, that looks get them, and they really don't like his conversation. They remember, if you look good and you have a weak talk, you still gonna look good, and you still gonna probably get somebody. But they gonna tell that girl, you look good. He ain't got no game. Yeah. But you go back and tell your boy, oh yeah, I got her attention. And they gonna say, well, what did you say? And they gonna give that line, that same weak line. That ain't gonna get nobody nowhere. Bar Talk with Jay don't want all them weak lines repeated.
No,
okay?
Please don't repeat lines.
And the guys that you don't have no confidence, don't just go out and buy everybody drinks. Hold on to some of your money. Because again, you need some confidence. Hold on to some of your money. Don't just buy everybody drinks and just be looked at the end of the day as a scrub. Stop that and understand. Go to the table and have a conversation, because it might not even be worth doing all that.
Yeah, it might not. And I just want to, Jeffrey, I want you to come back in, man, but let me just plant this one quick seed. Sometimes, fellas, you need an introduction to the introduction. So you got to slow it down a little bit. That's what makes everybody so afraid about talking to women. You got to slow it down a little bit, right? So what you just might say, hey, listen, do you have a moment I can introduce myself? Don't be geeky about it, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, do you mind if I speak with you for a moment? Hey, do you mind if I say hello? And then she was like, oh wow, he's asking for permission to introduce himself. That's nice guy type stuff, right? Now you got to do it in a different way. You know, you got to change the game up a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, fellas, you got to slow it down. That's how you talk to them. Just have a conversation. Women want to talk to you like you want to talk to them, right? Be real about it. Just have a real conversation. And if you, the person who you are, don't shine, then you'll move on and fight this battle again the next day. You know what I'm saying? If you get shot down, you just keep on trying, and somebody's gonna feel you. Somebody's gonna understand you. Somebody's gonna want to talk to you. Somebody's gonna need you to talk to them like you're trying to talk to them. You know what I mean? Somebody's need that.
Just remember one thing. When you get shot down so many times, a lot of times it builds you up, and a lot of times people don't realize. People don't like rejection.
Yeah.
Men either.
Yeah.
Women, oh my God, I tell you on the upfront, really don't.
Yeah.
Most men have to deal with rejection to build up confidence.
Yeah.
And that's why I can confidently tell you how you can just speak within confidence, because I've been that guy that love to dance and approach people and let's dance. I don't want to dance. It is. It's an ego boost a little bit because you're trying to just have fun. So it hits.
And listen,
but
Jeff,
keep going.
Jeffrey, we man, this is like I'm talking to women, man. I love it. I'm so sorry, bro, but continue to do your thing, my brother. We get excited.
Bring that unity, baby. Bring the unity. Bring the man and the woman together. Player. What you got?
It's all good, man. I'm gonna tell you something now, and I mean this with the utmost respect. On the Mexico-American border, they've been separated from families, and it's made a whole lot of news around the country and around the world. There's been a lot of outrage from everybody. I don't mean to disparage. I'm just gonna keep it in perspective here. Now, they've been separating families where there have been unaccompanied minors that have unfortunately been detained for several years now. This isn't something that's new. What was new was separating families that were here seeking asylum. So I just want to clarify that part before I get to the meat of it. Now here's the meat. I need that same type of vigor, that same type of outrage, that same type of humanitarian love directed at our community for what's been happening to our community for twice as long, for decade upon decade in this country. I think that same type of, concern directed at the disparate sentencing that's happening in this country. I think that same type of compassion for that young man in Pittsburgh that was shot in the back while he was running away, posing no threat to an officer, shot and killed. I think that same type of compassion, that same type of outrage, because quite frankly, it's almost an insult to tell me that 2,000 or so children have been separated from their families in the last 3 or 4 months, last 3 months. That's a tragedy, don't get it twisted. While at the same time, you refuse to acknowledge the hundreds of thousands of black families that are separated by over-policing in our community. By disproportionately sentencing our black men. Now, they broke the law, they were tried and convicted, and they went to jail. And when we talk about the sentencing for the same crime, you look it up and see who gets the harsher sentence.
Yes.
We do. So here's I'm going to bring it together. Black men and black women, hey, we are some compassionate people. We talk about somebody's plight, we feel it because we identify for it. We should feel compassion for ourselves in the same way. And if we just bring that compassion in and direct it to our communities, well, then it will bring us together in harmony. And once men and women are working together in harmony, we can pour that love into our children, a healthy type of love in our children. And when our children feel that healthy type of love, you know what? They grow up whole people. Whole people build whole communities. And once we rebuild our communities, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And that's all I got.
Man, what you mean that's all you got? Jeffrey, as always, man. I appreciate you because, again, we are trying to bring things back. And it was sad because I heard the same news about them separating the families. And it's sad because we're fighting sex trafficking here in Atlanta. And now you're hearing about how kids are being separated. So in the system, where are they going? Now that's the saddest thing in the world, but then you already know about a welfare reform system was already set up. So it's not far from what's been going on. And so I'm glad he's doing a time, because we have to make sure we recognize and make change. You can't keep ignoring and just think about your bills, like I mentioned earlier. Your bills is just your bills, okay? But you owe the world your responsibility to do better.
Yes.
And I like to say a lot of times we fall short because what's in front of us takes over us. Don't let this discourage you. Somebody told me before, these bills, and I think it was you, that's just a manifestation. Don't let that dwindle what's inside you. Because again, I stopped paying half them a long time ago. And they ain't even came from me. But I'm going to tell you all day, Cry, I do take responsibility in all the things that I do. But please understand, I have a bigger gift. And you have to balance it. And it's not going to be easy. You're going to get knocked down. Just get back up and understand. It is a learning process.
Yeah, and I just want to give, I don't know, a standing ovation to Jeffrey for continuing to talk about families. I just don't hear it anywhere else. I don't hear it going on. I hear politics, you know, I hear a bunch of stuff, war and troubles and, you know, laws and rules and the police, but I don't hear nobody talking about togetherness and unity and family anymore. And so just want to thank you, Brother Jeffrey. Any parting words for us tonight, sir?
Oh, man, you know, just going back to what I was talking about our men going and getting our women, you know, that's not to say women aren't capable of taking care of themselves. I just saw an article where a white man blocked a black doctor from entering into her gated townhome community because he didn't believe that she belonged there. Not long ago, or that she actually lived there, not long ago I saw a white man going up to a black woman at an expensive hotel to ask if your child took a bath before they got in the swimming pool. Here's the thing. And I just saw something about Sisters of Delta Sigma Theta at Bahama Breeze in Ohio, having the police called on them to make sure they paid their check. Here's the thing. Notice they keep doing this crap to our sisters. That is a key that we men have not provided the proper protection. Now, don't get it twisted. Kraft, Jay, you know, we do what we're supposed to do, but I mean in mass.
Yeah.
People feel like they can just treat our women any type of way. And that's a direct reflection on our protection.
Yes.
So what I need us men, what we got to keep doing, we have to step back into that role of protection. It doesn't mean that our women have to submit and be subjugated to us, carte blanche. It just says that that's a role that has a big, big void in it. And as soon as we step back up in that role, guess what? Those crazy white men will sit their asses down because they're no better than they come at us like that. And that's all I got, brothers. That just popped across my mind.
That ain't all. That was nice.
You have a very powerful way with words and a way of inspiring a man to at least contemplate the right things. So thank you again so much, Brother Jeffrey. Folks, it is about time for our next break, and as you can already see, this show is just moving in the right direction, always talking about love and inspiration and the real stuff. You hear a lot of realness coming into this show. That's why we call it real, you know, reality radio. Absolutely.
It ain't about getting drunk. It's about getting back to your subconscious.
Yeah.
Because really, the world is getting crazier, and we're going to get along.
Absolutely.
We need to stop it, because some things is just obvious. And the protection of our women is one of the things that we should hold near dear. I got daughters.
Absolutely, Jay.
So, just the love of my mother, let alone my daughters.
Right.
Meaning I'm going to have to show nothing but love for the person I'm next to.
Right.
And they ain't got to be my woman.
Right.
You know, you can't even disrespect AP, and she's sitting on the side of me. Because she's part of what I do.
Absolutely.
And everybody else that's around me.
Yeah.
So, stop allowing it to happen.
Stop allowing
Saying
it. Yeah.
somebody else need to say something. You need to say something.
You need to say something. That's
So
it,
when
Jay.
you at, well, I ain't gonna say at work, and I ain't trying to get nobody fired, but I would say out on the
Stand up for
street,
something.
when they start talking about the thoughts and everybody else, if you really don't know what she is, keep it to yourself. Because I like to say that negativity is not helping. But it sounds good, right? Because the radio, broadcast, and this and that. Well, I'm radio right now too. Now I'm telling y'all, I'm appalled. I cannot condone bringing down a person that's just as strong as me.
Absolutely.
Our black women is just like our black men, and women in general, period, should not be put down. Not by color, race, creed. Never put down. And they bring life in. We inject, they release. And we talking about. But you ran on to get with. That's what I'm talking about. Well, you got drunk, you ran on it then. After you done had something, now I'll say, oh man, she crazy as a bug.
Y'all stay
You
tuned.
crazy,
We're gonna be right back. This is the part of the show that I like the most, because this is where the subject just begins to unravel.
Well, hold on. You talking about the subject. You gotta let them know, crap. Tell them about Henpecked again. Give them the topic, baby.
Okay,
give them the
folks,
topic.
here is the
I feel like
topic.
we're in New Orleans. Give them the topic, baby.
Right. Here is the topic for tonight. What are the causes and effects of being henpecked? What can we do to their mind? What can we do to their mind frame? Now, Barbara put together a little quick definition here. She said henpecked is defined as browbeaten, bullied, or intimidated by one's wife or girlfriend. You know, how does a husband get over that?
I'm gonna look at it like this. This is one of the things that I would like to say. Henpecked is, to me, is an opinion or a category that you can make and put on somebody that might not be true.
Okay.
Now, the reason I say that is you gotta watch it, because you can have a person that's not dominant, okay? And you have a very strong woman that can see that man has the potential to be great. And if she pours into him by telling him things to do, because you got weak friends, you need to do these things because I see you going great places. And he started doing them. The friend that he isolates is going to say automatically that he's henpecked. But to him, I'm happy. Because the woman that I chose stepped up and put a role that's going to rise the family above. Now, to a lot of men, that's harsh. You know, to say, okay, she's just so much right. But when she's a gift and she is for you, no, it's not less than. It's equal. And that equalness might make you happy. Don't get me wrong. It's balance here. Because again, when you get unbalanced, that's where henpecked really takes over compared. But I'm just talking about a person that's equally trying to push you to a greater place on the upfront. You're going to look henpecked, even to me. I'm going to say, hey man, she done came over to know your life, but I don't know your life. I didn't know you was in debt. I didn't know she changed a lot of stuff that was in the dark, in the closet. Because you, as a man, wouldn't even tell me as your boy. Now, she found out, and she changed all that. So you need to be the bigger man and let me know when I'm saying you henpecked, where I'm wrong. Bro, we boys, but please understand, my life wasn't all together. Now see, that's when you come to that full humbleness of realizing change is good. But don't judge my woman by what I was showing. I didn't live a good life. I gave you a facade. She gave me a life that you can respect now. My kids adore. But I did not have. Now at that point, I gave a title to a woman and to a man, because again, she made you henpecked. But I really realized you just wasn't a strong man.
Listen, I really like the fact that you can segment that down a little bit, just because that's what's happening a lot. Is we in the locker room, we call our homeboy henpecked, right? And we don't really know what's going on in his house. We don't know. We oftentimes don't even know who he is, even though he's our boy, and what he might need. And there's nothing wrong with good, down home liberation, inspiration, a friendly nudge from a loved one. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But what the definition of henpecked suggests is kind of nagging. Now you're not developing me. You're not necessarily helping. You kind of, you just kind of always got to have your way. You're always pushing me around with, I might not get no cookie tonight, or there's always some repercussions if I don't do what you want me to do. And so what's happening in the sense of the word is that there's bullying going on within a relationship. And sometimes the man really wants to go hang out at 6 o'clock and have a drink with the fellas, but he don't want to hear that mouth when he get home. And so what he does is he subsides himself for years at a time until he just gets downright fed up with being pushed around. And that's when he goes off and he starts having midlife crisis, and he starts, getting 2 or 3 girlfriends and knocking down the neighbors and everything. He go crazy. Right. But we're talking about, being bullied around in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with healthy development among two irons. Iron sharpens iron. But we're talking about that nagging effect. What do you think about that one?
I'm gonna tell you all day long with that nagging effect. And I was about to say I've been married before, but I was about to bring some serious negativity to that. So let me back up. let me back that up. Not just being married before, and I don't want to make her seem like she's a nagger. And the reason I want to say that is there's things I did that I wasn't listening. One of the things I'm gonna tell you about nagging, when you're not listening, they're gonna repeat themselves because they want to make sure you understand what they're saying and you're not catching it. So some nagging is because of us. Okay? Now, I'm gonna get that out there real quick. Not to justify women that constantly repeat a behavior. No, I'm saying 100% for the ones that's just not listening. Them the ones I want to talk to first.
It's just
that was me. Now, back to this word. Okay. Wow. Let me just help you out. Bullying. I'm a grown, real man. And I shouldn't even have to explain that.
Okay.
And if I gotta explain it, I ain't grown and I ain't that real man.
Okay.
But what I tell you all day long is when they keep doing this and you don't say anything, that's why they keep doing it. So some people don't feel comfortable because you mentioned the cookie. Okay. Let me tell y'all something about this cookie that they keep talking about. Everybody know cookie's a clean word for something else. I'm just telling you, cookie ain't everything.
Okay.
Now, what make cookie good is when you have that balance.
Yeah.
When you talk and you speaking to her, she make cookie good and you like cookie. I'm a cookie monster. I like cookie too.
Right.
When cookie good. It gotta be nice, moist, and that's that chocolate chip. Let me tell you.
Lord,
all right, we're gonna go back to. I'm just trying to tell you how I like cooking. Now,
Lord,
backing up from chocolate chip. Hold on, we got backing up. We gonna let her in. I'm just telling about that chocolate chip cookie. Now,
but you don't slow your roll on the cookies.
man, I'm a slow roll. I mean, you can't slow roll everything, player.
You gotta sit in this thing so.
Yeah, see.
Testing.
Okay, you on, go.
Just bouncing back to the original.
With the original.
I'm just saying
Please,
the nagging.
bring us
The
back.
nagging.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just going back to the nagging.
Uh-huh.
Me personally, I feel I was speaking to somebody earlier about red flags, right? And to me, when it comes to fixing something in a relationship that should have been fixed from the get-go, it's kind of a snowball of a never-ending. What are you trying to fix?
It keeps going.
So the nagging, if there was nagging red flags, then those red flags should have been tended to earlier, so that, because to me, if you got a man that's dealing with a woman that's nagging, then that's what he wants. To me, at this point, this is something that you're accepting, that you've asked for, that you've allowed. And what foot are you about to put down at this point? I'm just curious, because I don't see one heavy enough at this point to change anything.
Right.
At this point. So it's kind of like a never-ending, we coming up with what?
I call it confirmed behavior.
The man makes the decision. He is the man. And if he wants to wear the pants in this relationship, he has to set that foundation off rip.
Right.
If there's a crack that a chick can slip through, we will.
My mama told me.
It's just,
my mama told me that. Go ahead.
And so I don't know if we still on Henpecked or if we're
I don't know what we
something
on.
else.
You got nasty. Tell me you slide through closed doors. You ain't closing all the way. See, you need to get back on the ball. You back at the ball.
Well, I mean, what I heard a little bit of, I heard
a whole lot of it.
There was some justification for nagging.
No, it wasn't no justification. She slides in.
No, she basically upheld that nagging might be an efficient or effective tool to use, because if you hadn't already dealt with the issue, young man, then we wouldn't be talking about it again. I couldn't throw it up in your face again, which is not true, because sometimes those words are just swords, that you use to poke people in the side.
That's Jamal's cousin.
They have been healed. What?
That's Jamal's cousin.
What do you mean?
That she Jamal's cousin. The person that looked like her but not her.
Oh yeah.
Gonna come get you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you.
Okay, is that inside?
That's inside, but we'll talk about on the outside. Well, you coming up in here with that one. Now, again.
So the causes, we know that nagging is, the expression, one of the things, getting on people's nerves, bullying people. And if it has happened, too long or too much, you really can't change the game. You kind of stuck, or you gotta leave.
Right, but Graf, I gotta go into that because you said nagging and then bullying.
Wait. Back up.
We gotta keep back.
You said you stuck or you gotta leave. Why don't you just address the issue?
I do. I like. I don't want to address.
No. He said you either stuck or you gotta leave. Why don't you just address the issue?
Okay.
Here's the thing with me.
He didn't do it. This thing
Here's the thing with me.
Go ahead.
I'm a very efficient person. I have very little time. So if my dude comes to me and I need to talk to you about thing you did, I don't appreciate that. Okay, cool, gotcha. Now, if I think I have corrected myself, and then he comes back and hey, that thing that you did, I don't. Hold on. Okay, so let's
talk about this. Regroup.
Let's regroup, because I thought that I had addressed that.
Right.
In your mind, what does me addressing that look like? Satisfaction.
Well, no, it causes a better conversation.
You have to understand how to communicate.
Yeah, and what you're in essence telling him is, I already fixed you here.
No, that's
don't
not
even bring it up no more just because you mad at me about something else. See, right? That's what nagging is.
Pause. See, here go your sensitive self. You projecting a previous relationship. I gave you your respect. You can go interjecting some sensitive, some previous.
Just real.
No, it's previous. Because if you,
it is.
No. Because what I said was when you came to me, babe, and you said you had that issue. In my mind, I thought I had corrected that. So now that you're coming back again and you're saying that I have not corrected it, what does that look like to you? Because I honestly thought I had dealt with it. And because I care about you and you have brought this back to my attention, clearly I didn't deal with it to your expectation. So as my man,
the operative word is your mind.
I need for you to tell me what this looks like.
Everything starts from your mind.
Okay.
In my mind. In my mind. You feel me?
Right.
So that at that point, we know that in your mind something was not correct.
Right. It wasn't
complete.
Yeah.
It wasn't finished.
Yeah.
And in his mind at that time, he obviously needed more time to process some stuff.
Ooh.
And once he processed it, he returns to you, which to me is a good man. Okay? Because he returned to his woman, but not in your timing. Feel me?
Right.
Your timing was in your mind. When you locked it in my mind, hey, look, I done gave you some feedback on this. If you're not satisfied, let me know now.
Yeah.
That's locking him in and making his processing limited to right now. And men don't process it like that. They need time to process. And so now that he returns, you have to be a little bit more.
So
just a little bit.
So let me ask you this. So if you coming to me, that's love. No, I get that. But if you're coming to me and you bring me an issue, and I thought I addressed thoughts,
now we see we start.
We thought.
You got to get it right.
And you brought it back. No, I'm just saying. I'm just dealing with the situation as is, because you talking about nagging. So that's
strong.
We're real strong. We're dealing with nagging.
What's your AP?
We're dealing with nagging.
You're so strong.
So that means we bringing stuff back over and over again. And I don't want us to
know how to make you nag.
Yeah, and see,
some people know how because they're quick with their thoughts. Their processing is so quick with it till they can evaluate a situation like right here, right now. Boom, 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 boom. But Hope, your mate, who you chose,
Yes.
you chose. You have to take responsibility for our choices, right? So now we got to say, I'm impatient, and he ain't processing it. He ain't got it. I just gave it to him,
Right.
which he should be good. He walking away, so I think he's good. But
he
in
ain't.
my mind, guess what? He
Yes,
ain't good.
there
We gotta
it is.
add that in
There.
our mind. Know that he's coming back.
That's
If he wants
exactly
you, if
right.
he's a part of us, if we're one,
That's
he's
exactly
coming
right.
back because
Yeah.
he's not gonna be able to operate on false understanding.
Right.
And that's what you dwell on, understanding.
Yeah, and I'm
you want
listening.
that understanding.
I'm listening to this whole dialogue from the men's perspective. That's exactly the same for us.
I'm only
You know what? It's
speaking
gonna
because
take her
I
a-
feel her as a woman,
It's gonna
but
take
I
her
also
a-
feel
yeah,
that, like a
listen.
slow processing
It's gonna
man
take her a
that
little
can activate
while
a strong
to
woman.
receive
Like,
it.
you know what I
I
mean?
ain't
So
got
much,
no- right?
yes,
Yeah, we
but
know you.
you chose him.
If you bring
You chose
But
him.
listen,
You have to.
it's going to take that
That's why.
person.
That's why I'm happily single. Because guess what?
Oh.
If you bring me a problem, I'm thinking in your head you already got a solution.
See, that is.
Or you got some
Oh,
remnant
God,
of what you want this to look
God.
like.
Mm.
So because clearly you know what you don't want it to look like.
Right.
So that means that the exact opposite of what
Girl,
you
you
don't
gotta
want
have
it to
a
look like.
start.
You already have a symbol of
Where
that
does
in your
he
head.
exist?
Yeah.
Where is this
Isn't-
man?
No. Here's the thing.
And-
It's let me dumb it down.
That's
I mean,
a-
but let
Yeah,
me
no,
do
you're
this.
right.
Let me do this. Let me do this.
These women, hold
If
on,
I
listen,
know-
these women
hold on,
do not
hold on.
represent the mean population of America.
Hold on.
They don't be talking all this about you putting people down. These women are
I don't
outside
know.
of the means.
I don't know what Waffle House you were getting your chicks
black
at.
women.
But all my chicks, we a squad and we all think like this.
They ain't in the
You need to go outside at 285 and start dating. So date a chick with some stamps in her passport, boo boo. Because I don't understand where you're getting these chicks from.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if I know what I don't want,
Right.
as an adult, as a 5-year-old, I know what I do want, or I have an idea of it. I know I don't like chocolate ice cream,
Right.
but you know I deal with this vanilla and the strawberry. So if you come to me as an adult and you say, babe, I wasn't feeling you when you said this the way you said it. Okay. So in my mind, okay, well, babe, how about if I said it like this? No, you don't like that either. Okay, so if I said it like this.
Right.
Okay, you like that? Okay, so that's how I'll say it from now on.
Right?
Oh, no,
Now you popping off.
I'm giving examples.
Right.
No, I'm genuinely giving
That
examples.
doesn't promote. That doesn't promote anything.
No,
But
no,
Let her
sarcasm,
finish.
right?
Let her finish this point.
I'm
No, we're in the midst of a
Please
relationship.
finish the
I
point.
love her. I want to hear what
I am
what I gotta
genuinely
say.
giving an example.
Right.
So if we have a conversation as two adults and I ask you, okay, so what does this solution look like for you?
Mhm.
And you as my mate say, well, to me it looks like XYZ. And then the next time it comes up, I do XYZ. And then you come back to me and say, well, I still got a problem.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Because that's nagging. That's
That's a
nagging,
problem.
right?
Right.
So now it's like, okay, well, let's back up. So what does that look like to you? Because when we talked about it last time, I corrected it the way we agreed that it was going to be corrected. It came up again. I did XYZ, and now you.
It sounded like he's intimidated by you at this point.
And listen, he probably is,
I feel
right?
that he's.
But listen, if we talk about the mean
he's trying
population,
to overpower
Hold on.
her.
if we talk about an average man, then an average man gonna be like, oh, y'all, hey,
We gonna debate this after the break because see, what we doing right now, we gonna give you time to process what's going on in your world. Because if you henpecked, you might not be doing good right about that.
Right.
And if you ain't wondering, if you wonder why your communication skills is off,
right?
they done gave it to you.
Yeah.
These women ain't no joke.
They done
tonight.
gave it to you.
So I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, my bad, Jay.
Me and my man Kraft coming back. First thing I want to say before I say anything, welcome back to Bar Talk with Jay. One of the things I want to make sure y'all understand from the last show, from last time to all our shows, to what we do, we have a debate.
Right.
So a lot of times you might hear us a little bit loud, we're having a little bit of fun, but one of the things we always have to keep respect. And I want y'all to keep that in your home front. If you have to over talk somebody, they're not listening. Right. Okay? Stop that. I'm giving y'all processes to make your relationship stronger. You are in a position where if you gotta yell, they're not listening. Slow it down. Repeat it. But please understand, arguments are not won by loudness.
Yes.
Understanding will get you by.
Right.
When a person finally understands what you're talking about and where you at, makes you guys whole. I want relationships whole. The problem today is we're arguing and we ain't listening. Okay? So if a person tells you something and AP said, well, boo-boo, back it up. She's basically saying, check yourself, because if you really think about it, you might be reminiscent on what I used to do. Right? It's just like a relationship. Right. I have a bad habit of automatically going back to what I'm used to and what I do. That might not be her. Now you never want to confuse women, because I found out that don't work very well. Right? So henpecked or not, you will be dismissed with a lot of that. But what I will say is, we don't process all the time. Because I know what I disliked when you did that one thing, and then all of a sudden you did a better thing. I'm just saying, at this point, you guys gotta recognize that an adjustment was made. But in your mind, I'm still remembering that harsh time. It wasn't. Right. So what she's saying is, can you help me remember? And at that time, you gotta say, oh, it, to me, it's real humbling when you can say, you know, I went back. Now to her, she already knew that. But can you recognize? Now to her, she might not go in at this point. She might be like, all right, because it ain't checking you and busting the ego, but it's not, don't just put me down. And that's where I feel like a lot of times we fail, because we recognize and we don't say anything. It's like, but you know what I mean. No. And I hate when I hear that all the time. You know. If I don't know, don't be mad at me when I tell you. No, I don't. Right. Because I hear it all the time and nobody's explaining. I will always say there is no dumb question, but just acting like you don't hear me is a dumb response. Recognize what somebody's saying and answer to it.
See, and I completely agree with that, but I'm presuming that the types of subjects we would be dealing with our significant others, they just ain't gonna get it.
Well,
and listen, we're talking about a lifetime relationship, a long-term relationship. There are probably many of those things that you just didn't get to the bottom of, right? And I might could bring it up, and you might have thought you healed it when you said what you said or did what you did, but you know that still was here. It still did. Just because it was healed in your mind that you communicated it, don't mean it was healed in my heart when I have to deal with it within myself. And so, you know, ultimately there needs to be a little more empathy across both boards. But that person just might not get it. No, and you're going to have to make them feel whole. If you're going to keep the relationship going, you're going to have to make them feel whole. And you're going to have to try to keep the relationship moving.
You feel whole.
Because you can't make
here's
what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. There's always, in every relationship, there's a stronger person and there's a weaker person. And you got to realize who you are. Right? And the other person just might not get it. You might go out every day and be 100% commission. They're looking at you like, how dare you take so much risk in our lives? But you're not taking risks. They just can't get the fact that you work 100% commission. They think you need to be at a job, working W-2, doing it this way. They'll never be able to understand the level of, you know, how you see the world to be able to make 100% commission. It's like they're not ever going to get it. That's my point. So when you try to address it and you try to heal it, at some point you got to find a way to just deal with it ongoingly so that it doesn't become a nag situation. You got to find a way to overcome it for the short term that will give you some life in the long term. They may never stop bringing up the fact that you cheated, right? They may never stop bringing up the fact that you spent money or you lost some stock market money and you lost some of our retirement money because you were doing it your way. Whatever those things are, right? They may never forgive you for not loving their mother, the in-laws or whatever.
She was a little.
For not giving them the money when they ask for these things sometimes cannot be resolved. They can be resolved, but it's so much to get both parties to see completely eye to eye that there needs to be some finding a sweet match where it doesn't continue to upset the relationship over and over and over again.
No, I totally agree with you. What I would say is compromise when it comes to that. That hurt that you said, she might not ever, but when you got that hurt, that has to be released.
Yeah.
Because that right there is a start to the end. Right. I really feel like you gotta watch a lot of things that's being said. Now, if she not understanding and you know it, and she feel like she never understands, that's the person that you chose.
Right.
Watch who you choose. Because see, when you start dummying down, that's because of your dumb decision to choose somebody that's not compatible to you. You went by a look. You went by something that you felt that you needed.
Take your personal accountability.
I'm just trying to tell you what's really needed to you should compliment you, not tolerate you. I go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in relationships because you get into them with a false precinct of what you thought you wanted. And then all of a sudden, she ain't understanding nothing you say because take your time and understand. Somebody said something to me and said, I'm in a serious relationship. I'm in, no, that's not relationship, I apologize. Serious dating. Right? And I said, well, what is that? I'm in a serious dating. So if you ain't serious and you just want to do this playboy stuff, it's the communication. So what she said is she was ready. But when you tell me about serious dating, I have a problem with that because to me, dating is getting to know a person. So you seriously want to get to know a person. So you seriously what, thirsty? I'm wondering because at this point, relax.
Comes the time to go get it.
Are saying I want somebody that ain't gonna play games. That ain't what you said to me.
Well, what she saying? Well, she's out here sport fucking. That's what she's saying. She's
and my whole thing about sport, that's all great to me. But what I'm saying to her, get to know me before you categorize me. Because you're saying where you're at.
So you can't
find out about me. Because you can't just be one place and expect everybody else to be there. My whole thing is sport having sex, whatever y'all want to call it, is one thing that might be. My whole thing is
that's gonna happen anyway.
Well, I'm just I'm not gonna comment on none of that. I'm just saying a lot goes on. Take the time to relax and talk to a person because one thing I can tell you is conversation can sway you or pull you totally away.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if you seriously you don't want this, have the courtesy to hear a person out and you can hear them because I'm here. If you're not, let me hear you before I judge anything.
Yeah.
Some people are so hell-bent on putting themselves out that I'm like, really?
Listen, it takes a long time to get to know a person who's constantly changing. And so
constantly,
I might have got you and we might have got each other, but there comes a point where there's some things I don't realize aren't, I don't like, or I can't deal with, or challenging me, or always pressing my buttons, and that's the time to say it, not 10 years later, right? As it's happening.
Are y'all like schizophrenic? Like, literally, you just said you just drugged this woman through the weeds, but being upfront with you and telling her what she was looking for, and now you like, now we done went all these years and you had a problem and you ain't said nothing.
She said,
which one is it? Either you want to be told what. Either you want to be talked to or you don't. And don't have your balls go up in your body when I want to have a conversation with you.
This is some awesome shit.
Like, are you serious? You just said, I don't like her, I don't like how she came at me. She just tell me she's seriously dating. Okay, so what you want you to do? You want her to let you trick off on her for the next 4 or 5 months? And you looking for something serious and she ain't?
Right.
Get her out and open immediately. Like, look, what you looking for, boo? Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
Time is right. What you doing?
Now watch. Let me ask you a question. Now this is a census type question, right? So out of 100
Did
relationships.
skinny jeans just do this?
Listen,
Is that what happened?
Out of 100 relationships,
Everybody can't fit them.
how many relationships have that conversation? How many dating relationships have that conversation today, right now? What's going on in the world? Are they having it? They're not having it?
Not as many as they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very honest.
Exactly. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why she's not saying what she needs to say, because she don't feel like she need to say that. He don't feel like he need to say that. Let me just see what's going on. I'll fade. Or
What y'all got? What are y'all related to Miss Cleo? Y'all gonna
like, yeah, you tell me, like, you tell me you serious. You tell me you serious dating.
Talking
You
about?
tell me you ain't really trying to get to know me necessarily. You trying to figure out how far you can go.
Oh, back up. Somebody says something. Crystal, obviously you in the background.
I'm just feeling.
There's a microphone right
If
there.
you're gonna feel it, talk.
We talking together on the same mic.
Whatever. She want to say what dating means. Well, one of the things about breaking down with dating is getting to know a person.
Oh, now you want to flip it.
That's all. That's what it goes down.
Dating is getting to know a person.
Dating is getting to know a person. And that's what I hear about serious dating.
But you ain't gonna know if she's a nagger until you spend some time with her.
And you won't know.
Period. You ain't gonna know how she operates until you
I
get them
feel
lessons
like-
3 or 4 times.
I feel like a lot of
Same with
times,
him.
a lot of people are playing behind the scenes, and they're not being very honest.
Yeah.
And I like to say that's why a lot of relationships don't go far, because people are very observant. You say one thing, you start off one way, and then you change the game.
Yes.
Now, my whole thing is, I like what AP said. She started off in a strong way, and then you want to go this way, but the bottom line, she stated it. I love a statement, because bottom line, we are getting older. And one thing I like to say, we need to stand for something. Your morals, your values should always be in front of you.
Thank you.
And when it comes to dating, I like to say you can talk to a person openly, but when it comes to where I feel and where I stand, it's nothing fertile about that. Ain't no growing nothing here until I allow you. So I strongly like that. But when it comes just to talking to a person, I can talk to you. But please understand, when it comes to being my man or going somewhere, I don't got time for the riff-raff all day. But is it happening that way? It's coming off a whole lot of different ways. Communication starts when you start listening. I heard her. And a lot of times I don't always hear it correctly. But I love it when somebody take the time to explain.
There you go.
She took that time, and I understood her better when I asked questions. When she said serious, when I didn't get a chance to explain, she broke it down. When she broke it down, I had a better understanding.
There you go.
Well, what she wanted. And we still are friends today. We did not date. We didn't have to date, but we can still respect, understand, talk to a person, and quit trying to be through a person because you got your own personal desires. Them desires might lead you astray because that person might be the wrong one for you. And that's why we got stalkers today. You started it, and she gonna finish it.
And we'll be right back.
That last segment was hot. I say hot. We've been doing things tonight that we get a little bit more clarity. One of the things I threw out there is I mentioned serious dating, okay? And I did that for a reason. Because her communication and my communication is different.
Okay.
Now, what I liked about it, she was clear and she was on the upfront. Now, when somebody tells you something on the upfront and you take it whatever way you do, you can run with it because you have your own desire. So please understand, if a person says, listen, I want it this way, that don't mean they boast for anything. Some people don't have to run behind lies. And I'm going to give it to you like this because I've been through enough. Now, game recognizes game. So if you say you're seriously dating, then you seriously just have to listen to the words and then comprehend. Now, if you just a player, you might not understand the words because you seriously don't understand. That's not you, but understand what you're dealing with. That right there is almost a class. I can teach it if you really want to come get with it. But I would tell you, take your time, because everybody's not on the same playing field. So calm down, and you can have a communication, and she can let you know, and then you might not feel so bad of a way when she walk away, because she already know. I mean, seriously, most relationships is made within a couple of seconds. People know about chemistry, people know about vibe, and again, you walk in thinking you're confident, and she confidently know you're not. But she feels that you can still be that good dude. And that's why we are to be more loving, not hurting. We are tearing down, not raising up. That's what Jeffrey always say, bringing our families back together. It's not running back after the person that just gave you a baby. No, it's about getting with the right person to enhance us in the right way. And a lot of times we make selfish decisions, and that's why we got things going on and we're not doing things better, because we're like, little junior need this, little man is gonna be all right. You broke a relationship with her. Little man looking for you, because he wants to be you. And this is getting tore up in so many different ways. You gotta speak on it in a positive way, because I refuse to think we less than anybody ever.
And how would you comment on that?
I mean, I agree with that statement. I mean, I think that when we talk about it week after week, and that is, you know, at some point there has to be some introspection, there has to be some inner growth, some inner work.
Yes.
You can't keep going on 10, 20, 30 years talking about she hurt me, she hurt me, she hurt me. And when you gonna get over that?
Right.
Like, because you're allowing that to hold you back. You're not developing, you're not growing as a person.
And how do you heal? How do you heal from
By
whatever?
growing. Well, just what she's saying.
How?
You heal by growing,
How?
by stepping up and saying to yourself, hey, I can't be stagnant. I can't be complacent. I can't just sit here and continue going through the same thing over and over, this repetition.
Yes.
It's time to grow. And making that decision, you mentally, you physically follow.
And take some personal accountability. At some point, if you as a dude, if you're a serial dater and every chick that you dated has been a gold digger, at what point do you say and turn to yourself and say, what is it about me that keeps attracting this type of woman?
Yes.
Because you are the common denominator.
Yes.
And
Yes.
hey, on the flip side of that, you might be that man that needs to just step his game up and get his money right, because that's what you're supposed to be with, a gold digger, but your money ain't right, so you can't keep what you're attracting. So, you know, who are you?
Right.
You know, define who you are, look into who you are, what it is you really want in life, and abide by that.
Yes. Yeah, I completely agree. And that sounds like words to the wise for everybody, right?
That ain't real. That's why I get my mic back.
Yeah.
She did good. She did good.
Yeah, she really did. She really did. And I'm almost speechless as to where to go here. You know.
This man against woman up in here.
Yeah.
This is naked in the wild.
Right.
What I would say, crowd, is when it comes to Henpecked category, bullying should never be tolerated. Again, relationships shouldn't be built on negativity.
Right.
So when I hear Henpecked, one of the positive ways is when a woman sees something in a man and she sees more than that man sees, and she's able to bring the best out of him.
Right.
Now this one I like, and the reason I like it is we want to show some things, and we want to be that person.
Right.
But when a person see you're not, but they're willing to see past that and see you to your fullest potential, is a person that you should stay with, be with, and you bless with. And she see you as a person that she loves. Not just work, okay? Because we work every day. But when you work to achieve something that you've never seen, it's like Bar Talk with Jay. It was never made until I had a vision of somebody getting with somebody better than what I made mistakes with. We have to pour in better. We is pouring in weak things, weak ingredients, coming up with bad formulas. Now we need to pour in pure. Pure means that bad stuff that you went through ain't getting going back in. It's filtered, Okay?
And
It's
listen,
not to heal, to weaken, it's to grow.
Yeah.
So grow pure.
Yeah.
And I like to say we think weak.
And
because if you keep thinking about your past, you will never see your future.
Yeah.
And that's what we keep hearing when you're like, boo-boo, did you, because when you keep thinking backward, you'll forget what's forward. Let's move forward in life, not back.
Let me just, I just want to chime in because there's so many people who come under this notion I'm about to bring up that they really, really want somehow to grow. They really, really want to do better. They really want to be better than they are, a place other than where they are. But everybody says go do it, but nobody really tells you how. And that's what people need. They need a technical formula, a set of criteria to balance themselves off of. How do you grow? I mean, just share with us some ideas.
You have to be willing to go out there. And you have to be willing to try new things. You know, the very definition of crazy is continuing to doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm in the Bible Belt, but I'll say it, if you've been in church for 30 years and your life is messed up, then maybe you need to try something different. Try meditating.
Okay.
Try a different religion. Try therapy.
Yes.
Try counseling.
Yes.
And when I say therapy and counseling, I mean by a licensed professional.
Right.
And not always your mama or your sister. You need to go and lay on somebody's couch who is a licensed professional who is going to give you an unbiased opinion about yourself. I mean, how many times have we seen the first half of American Idol where Sally Mae from Walton County, who thinks she can sing, gets up there and belts out this horrible tune, and her family let her get up there and embarrass herself in front of a whole nation because they didn't want to hurt her feelings and tell her she couldn't sing, but Simon Cowell did. Right. I mean, you need to just call stuff for what it is.
Before the scrutiny.
Yeah.
You can call it what it is before the scrutiny. You can call it what it is before the judgment, the criticism even kicks in. And the bottom line is, you know, your question is, you know, people want to know how. They want to know, okay, yeah, you're telling me what to do, but you're not telling me how to do it.
Right.
So to me, it's looking deep within yourself and asking yourself, hey, is this even something I need to be embarking on? Is this even my arena? You know, this might not even be what I need, because a lot of times things happen naturally. You know, when it happens naturally, that's when you can really grab it and roll and run with it, more so than trying to make something happen or make yourself be something that you're not.
Right.
I'm not with trying to support anybody that don't even know who the hell they are.
Right.
Okay, so, you know, you want my support as a man or as a friend or as, you know, whatever, you know, our association is.
Right.
But what am I supporting? Honestly, like, you know, you're not even 100% sure about your own choices and you want to know how?
Right.
No. How ain't that hard. Once you know what, how is smooth. It's an adjustment that's made, and it's made accordingly, and that's what you operate off of.
Okay.
All right.
I absolutely love it.
Now,
absolutely love
I'm going to tell you all day long, it's coming close to the time of over. Woo! I tell you tonight. One of the things I want to say real quick, my man Steve, I want you to know, he said he's been leaving questions on Facebook about this conversation. It's been very hot. So to Steve and to everybody that left questions, sorry I wasn't able to get with them right away after the show. We was trying to get together and answer some of the questions, get back to y'all. Yeah. Apologize, we try to bring him in the air when we can.
There's so much going on.
Man, you dynamic crew.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I couldn't have asked for a better crew. Right. And again, this took a long time to develop, but one of the things I do say is I love each and every one of y'all for coming out, spending time, and all y'all that's listening. Please take the time to listen.
Yes.
Craftmatic is the most spiritual, great brother that can help you find your way through dark times. AP will probably put you in dark times if you come the wrong way.
But you'll get
Crystal, we still working on that one. That just came in the building today.
AP describe me.
I mean, AP describes you.
Let her describe me right
need,
now. You don't know.
Jesus too. Then.
So I got Jesus, baby.
So everybody else out in this world.
And that's all you do right there, baby. That's the whole
in
thing.
prayer,
Yeah.
in the holy juice.
Yeah.
And listen, this is a round table discussion.
Yeah.
It might have came one way or the other. We are not here to judge y'all. Henpecked or anything else. That's a category and a mindset. My thing is not judging you.
Yeah.
Somebody talking about you, get past that. Understand what you have. If you have a strong person, do not turn on them because of somebody else.
Thank you.
They need your support as well.
Yes.
Quit turning and start facing. I think we've been turned around so many different times, you don't even know what direction you're going.
Right.
Don't no woman want a man to have no direction.
Right.
Find out where you are centered and follow your path, regardless against Bar Talk with Jay. Jay gonna bring it to you.
There you go.
That's what I do.
And that's all we need to say tonight. Thank you folks for being with us tonight. This is Bar Talk with Jay. I'm Craftmatic. This is
Smooth Jay. And
we'll see you next time.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.